Hello friends and welcome. In this tutorial, we're going to create a super basic Scratch inventory system for our little online store. Our store sells ramen and burritos. Now, you can follow the link in the description and go find the image for the ramen, the burrito, a checkout button, and also a file or an image that says not available. I'd like you to download them all and then upload the ramen, the burrito, and the checkout button as individual sprites. Don't bring the not available in yet. We're going to come back to that. Go ahead and do that now and then come back. Welcome back. Awesome. The other thing that you'll notice we've done is that I have set up 3 variables. So I've made a variable called burrito, ramen, and total that are showing on the screen. I added a 4th one that I'm hiding called item index. I'd like you to go ahead and set up those 4 variables and then come back. The other thing that you'll notice is that I made 2 lists, item and price. Now, if you've been working with lists for a while, you know what I'm up to here. This item is going to keep track of the items that were bought. Price will keep track of the individual price. It'll allow us to total them up. Once again, you can click pause now and go add those. And now you're back. Awesome. So what I want to do is set up some structure for what happens when we start the program itself. So let's go to the ramen sprite. And I'm going to say with the ramen sprite that I would like to add in a second costume. And this is where I want you to go and use that other graphic, the not available. So click on the ramen sprite, go up to costumes, and go to the lower left-hand corner where it says choose a costume. Go to your upload button and go find that not available. Fantastic. And let's do the same with burrito while we're here. Go to costumes, go to the upload button, go find that not available. And now they both say not available. We can click back on the burrito costume and the ramen costume so that they're starting with that look, because that's what we're really interested in. Okay, so what's our code for ramen? Let's do it. So what I want to do is when this sprite is clicked on, it's going to subtract 1 from the inventory. Once we reach 0, it's going to change the costume from the ramen sprite to the not available sprite. So let's make it happen. Okay, so what we're going to do is make sure we're clicked on the ramen sprite. We're going to go over to events. When this sprite is clicked, and we're going to add in a variable, change ramen by -1. We want to subtract from the inventory by 1. Okay, and then we're going to go to our list section, add ramen to item, and then we're going to drag over another add block and add the price of the ramen to the price list, which is pretty cool, right? So when this is clicked, you'll see it's subtracting, right? But you'll notice I can keep going forever. That's not what we want. Because if we reach 0, I want this to switch to the not available. So what are we going to do? Well, this is a great place to use an if block. So I'm going to drag over an if block, and I'm going to then grab the equals block from the green operators section, and I'm going to say if ramen equals 0, then I want you to switch the costume to not available. I also want you to say out of ramen for 2 seconds, right? Now, there's a little secret part here just between us. For those of you that have watched this far into the video and aren't just fast forwarding, we're going to put in a little Easter egg. The people who just go to the end are going to miss this. If you add this part, I'm going to add bonus points to your assignment because I want to reward you for actually watching my tutorial. So let's test it out, see what we got so far. So notice when we click twice, our ramen goes to 0 and it says not available. Now here's our Easter egg, friends. Pay close attention. We're going to go and grab our point in direction, drop it in there, change it to 0. Then we're going to go and get a wait. Let's make it like half a second. That's 0.5. Then we'll do our point in direction again and get it back to 90. And then once again, another wait, half a second. Now this is to reward you for watching this far into the video. So don't tell other people who aren't earning this. I want you to get the bonus points. Take a look at that because I'm about to take this part away. But first, let's see what happens when I switch this back to ramen. And it does a little spin move. Cool. Okay, I'm taking these away because remember, that's our secret. All right, so this works, but there's a little problem. You'll notice that when we get to the end, right, it never switches back to the original ramen icon or sprite, and it also lets me keep going. And I want to fix both of those. So let's fix the appearance first. So I'm going to go to events. When green flag clicked, I'm going to do a couple things. I want to set the variable of the value of the ramen variable to 2. That's our inventory. And I also would like to go to looks and I would like to switch the costume back to ramen so that when I click the green flag, we're back to where we want. We click on it once, we click on it again, we get our little dance. And then it goes back to normal. Okay, awesome. But I had taken away the code for the dance, but you get it, right? So this is working better, but the problem still is I can keep spamming that and go into negative numbers, and that's not working for me. So we need to fix that. To fix it, we need an if-else block. Let me make a little room for us here. All right, back to control. Grab an if-else block, and I'm going to say, once again, if ramen equals 0, then I want to say all gone, right? For 2 seconds. And that's all it will do. It won't be able to do anything else at this point. So I'm going to take that and do that part. But what I also want to do is take my change ramen and I'm going to break it off of here and stick it in the else section, right? So now what we have is if ramen equals 0, it's going to say all gone. Else it will allow us to change it by 1, but then we'll stick our other if statement back in there. And so now, notice I can't go into negative numbers, right? So that's a bonus. That's exactly what I want. Feel free to pause for a second and get this into your program. Okay, we're in the home stretch and you're doing great. So we need to change our lists so that they clear as well. So let's go back to variables, go back to lists, And when the green flag is clicked, we're going to delete all of the item list, and we're also going to delete all of the price list. And so now when we hit the green flag, it deletes it. And that is way better for us. Am I right? Okay, so we have this code all set up for the ramen, which is awesome. Let's do the same thing for the burrito. Now, you could click over to burrito and build it by hand there, or you can just take each block, carefully drag it over, drop it on burrito, the burrito sprite that is, and then let's switch over to the burrito sprite, unstack these two, and then friends, all we have to do is change the values of some of these items from ramen to burrito. Change out some variables from ramen to burrito, and we will be in business. You let me know if I miss any here, okay? One more. Out of burritos. Thanks for watching me type. Okay. Let's hit the green flag. Test out burrito. I can't add any more. Let's test out ramen. I can't add any more. All that's left, folks, for us is to set up what we do on the checkout button. And this one you've seen before, but let's do it together. So I'm going to go to the checkout button. I've already set up when the green flag is clicked to set the value of these two inventories. Let's also set total to 0. And then all we need to do is what you've seen before in our ATM and also in our point of sale cash register one is we're going to go for when this sprite is clicked. Then what I want you to do is to set item index to 0, or sorry, not 0, 1. And then go ahead and grab a repeat block under control. And we don't want to repeat 10 times, but what we do want to do is repeat for the length of our list. So back to variables. Find the list section and grab the variable length of item and make sure it changes to length of price. Then we just have 2 more blocks to go. You're doing great. Back to variables again. We're going to say change total by the price. So in order to get that, but we don't want it to say item 1 of price. We want it to change by the item index. So we're going to drag over our item index variable and replace item 1 with that. And now, friends, when we run our program, let's see how we did here, right? So I'm going to add in some ramen. I'm going to add in some burrito. I'm all done with that. I'm going to click checkout. And now I've got a $12 order. I'm going to cruise through so you can see the different code on each one. I'll zoom out here if you need to double check anything. Otherwise, I'd like to thank and reward those who watched this from beginning to end. You know who you are. You're my superstars. I hope you enjoyed watching this as much as I enjoyed making it, and have a great day.